Hello, Eric, please introduce yourself.
Uh, Hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. Eric Buez, and I'll be one of the facilitators, and I'll be taking you through web development, all the bits and bits of how to create a website, how to deploy a website, all that, and I'm always available 247, and you can always contact me via WhatsApp or via Slack channel. So if you need anything from me, just call me out. WhatsApp, I can always answer you. And I think I'll share. I'll share my profile on like WhatsApp, so that you can contact me anytime you want to. Always available 247, even at 4 p.m. I'll be at 4 a.m. I'll be available for you. So that's me. And please feel free to ask anything.
Hey, thank you so much, Eric, for introducing yourself. So we shall be handling the training with Eric alongside Daisy. Emma, we have like a full team around. I'm seeing Daisy has just joined. Daisy, could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, Daisy Nechtende, trained at Kampabits. Uh, I'll be helping you through web development. Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay, thank you so much,
Thank you
Daisy.
for those who have joined in.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for introducing yourself. I guess we should start. So I'll start like from the most pressing question that everyone has been asking about the curriculum. So we have our curriculum ready, and it's going to be weekly. We shall have like different modules like every week, and then we shall also have weekly assignments. So we shall have these sessions like 3 days a week, and then once in a week we shall be always presenting our assignments, and then people will be sharing their blockers and the challenges they are facing. But you can always reach out anytime within the week, or if at all you have any challenges or blockers, you can always unblock you and then continue with the learning. So we shall be starting with HTML. We shall learn about CSS because people need to have good UI designs. So we shall learn about HTML, CSS. We shall learn about JavaScript. We shall learn about React, and later on, if at all time allows us, we shall also cover Django and Python in general. But for the start, we're going to share the curriculum that covers HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Git, because Git is very, very important. And that's the only way we're going to be like collaborating and submitting our work through Git. So if at all you have any challenges installing Git or how to use it, we shall have an official session about Git. But actually, it's better if at all we start off when everyone knows Git, because irrespective of whether you're submitting HTML, CSS, any assignment, it's going to be easy if at all everyone knows and if at all they're familiar with Git and GitHub. So let me share the curriculum. I'm going to share my screen, by the way, but later I'm going to share the link. I'm going to invite you to the Google document because we're going to always be updating our curriculum. Then in what we shall be covering is WordPress, because most of the time it's very, very easy for someone to develop a website using WordPress. And then in the market, that's what they demand for. Yes, still I have a question.
You're so low.
Sure. Okay, let me try to increase on my volume.
Okay.
I've been briefly taking you through what we shall be covering. And I talked about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Python, Django, and WordPress. So that will be our curriculum for web development and programming throughout this course. But like I said in the first place, are going to be sharing the curriculum about HTML, what we shall be learning, and we shall be doing weekly assignments. So it will be self-paced learning. You'll be like learning on your own, but it will be facilitated learning at some point because we shall always have a call. And if at all you find any blockers, please always let us know. I'm going to share my screen. Are you seeing my screen? Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes,
Okay.
I can see.
So later on, I'm going to share the link. I'm going to invite all of you to this document. So we shall be like taking wherever we finish learning and then progressing. We're going to take it step by step. But so far for the first 3 months, that's what we're going to be covering. Then later on, we can add in other frameworks like React for JavaScript. It will be our JavaScript framework. And if time allows, we shall learn about Python and Django for back-end developers. Let me scroll down. So it's going to be weekly, like I said before. So first week, that's probably next week, we're going to learn about all these things. So please always reach out and then ask any question you don't understand. We shall be looking at HTML. Then under HTML, we shall be looking at how, like, under that particular module, we shall look at how that works, how search engines work. We're going to look at the installation of the requirements, what we need to run HTML. And for this case, we only need two things. That's a browser for viewing HTML and then a text editor for writing the HTML. Then we expect everyone to have known the structure in that first week and then also get familiar with the HTML tags and the elements. So the other week, actually, like after every module, like I'm going to be editing and then adding in assignments. So for every week, you have like an assignment because this course is project-based. So it's from the assignments that we shall find we're examining and then awarding marks to you because at the end of it all, you need to get a certificate. And we can't give you one until we haven't examined you. So we need to assess your progress through these projects and assignments. So the other week we shall look at HTML combined with CSS. CSS is basically a styling language for formatting our HTML and making things look nice on the web. So we shall also have a look at CSS because we need to build beautiful websites that are appealing to the eyes of the client. So we shall also have a look at CSS. Then saying version control was pushed to the fourth week, but actually it's very, very important because that's the only way you're going to submit your projects because it will be hard for us to meet physically. So the only way like we shall keep track of your progress is through Git and GitHub. So I guess we shall have to like switch and have it maybe in the first week next week, so that it comes first before the rest. Then after getting familiar with HTML and CSS, when people like are well versed with how to design beautiful pages and websites, we shall always we shall have a look at JavaScript, which is basically um, focusing on how the web pages behave, the behavior, how they're interactive, when someone clicks on a website, what happens, things like that. So we shall have a look at JavaScript, the different data types, conditions, loops. Yeah, like I said, like for every module, there will be an assignment. So after looking at all these things, you shall always have a project to work on in JavaScript. After JavaScript, shall have a look at React. That's a JavaScript framework. So you'll be able to build single page applications using React and JavaScript. Then later on in the course, because like I said, most clients demand for websites, and in the market, WordPress is what's trending. So we shall also have a look at how to install WordPress and then how to build a WordPress website. Because for it, it's a content management system, so anyone can always learn WordPress, and then even if you don't have a strong programming background, or even if you're not so familiar with coding, you can always build a WordPress website because it's simply uh, drag and drop. Then later on, we shall have a look at Python. Yes. Briefly, that's our curriculum, unless you have any questions about the curriculum. Any questions before we continue? Questions. Do you have any questions?
Justin,
Yes.
just for clarity, I don't know if there is anyone else on the platform that doesn't have a coding background like I don't. I don't know how related this is all going to be. There's been a lot of terms that have been going across while you were explaining. So mine is just a reminder that some of us don't have a coding background. Maybe sometimes we need to break it down a little bit for some of us.
Okay, we're going to actually take it like step by step. So no worries if at all you don't have a programming background. Like it's going to be a zero to hero course. So like you're going to feel at home irrespective of whether you have a programming background or not, because you're surrounded with a team of people who are willing to help, and then level up everyone so that all on the same pace.
Thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions? Anyone else with a question? Okay, let me share what we need, because we're going to start officially on Monday next week. So this is what you need. So I don't mind what operating system you're using, because personally I'm using Linux, but I know most of you are using Windows, or some of you are using Mac OS, but we're going to be using the same tools. So it will be easy for us to interact. So in order to learn HTML and CSS, you need a few things.
Hello,
Yes, Mr. Lawrence.
Justin. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm not Mister. Uh, what I would request is uh, like how we did. So I think Eric would create a link because people will need to get some of these tools. Let's say the VS Code and whatever that is needed. And then sometimes it's a hassle to go over the internet because you might fail to get the right link to download the
Yes.
software. So let Eric create a link that has the tools that the ladies are going to use, and then share that link in the group so that people can be able to download the right resources that they'll need because this is a big challenge for them.
Yes, actually, we're going to share a Google Drive where we're going to zip all the software. We're going to zip the Google Chrome if at all you don't have it. We're going to also zip the text editor, that's Visual Studio Code. And also these documents, the curriculum alongside this document, so that by Monday everyone is on the same pace. We don't want to leave anyone behind.
Perfect.
So we're going to
That's,
share everything.
yes, but I would also encourage ladies to our attendance is somehow a bit low because in the registration people were very many, but the turn up for classes has been low, and the people have been complaining about the timetable. Now the good thing is the timetable is out, and then people can see clearly the days that lessons will be available. So I would encourage the ladies to try so much always to turn up for the classes so that they don't face time. Okay,
Thank you
Justin,
so
thank you so
much.
much. I love to run because I have a class in session. I wish you all the best.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Lawrence, for that. So
I'm not
please, please, ladies, remind your friends to join us. Because actually it will be good if at all there are so many people who have this knowledge and many people who have these skills. So please encourage your friends to join us. Those who registered but always skip the different sessions. Please don't miss, because our course is very very practical. So you find out when you miss one session, the next session you always be lost or left behind somehow. So please endeavor to always attend every session. But as for next week, we're going to be looking at HTML. So I'm going to leave you with this document. So you go through, but what I'm emphasizing, please let's all of us install Google Chrome. That's the web browser I would recommend because it has the latest updates. So let's all have Google Chrome by Monday, and let's all have Visual Studio Code. You can as well use other options, other alternatives for a browser or for a text editor if at all you have Atom or Sublime Text. But for purposes of learning, having a common screen, let's all use Visual Studio Code because that's what we shall be using for the training.
Okay, Justin.
Yes,
Hello.
yes.
Just a clarification. Can't they also install GitHub on their machines?
Yes,
Can they
actually,
do it?
I was forgetting Git. Let's please let's add GitHub to what we need. to have by next week. Let's add Git and GitHub. So GitHub, you just create an account, and then Git is what you install on your laptop or your computer. If at all you're finding difficulties creating a GitHub account, please let me know. Or if at all you're finding difficulties installing Git on your machine, also let me know, because I know we might be running different operating systems, so they require different setups. Because for Linux, it require like just one command in the terminal, but if at all you're using Windows, you need to like download Git bash actually. Let me put git bash for Windows. But at the end of it all, we shall all have the same results. So I don't change operating system, but at least for the tools, let's all have the same tools. Then later on, I'll take you through how to create HTML files on Monday. But if at all you want to read ahead, these are some of the recommended websites you can visit to learn about HTML. We have W3 schools. I'm going to share these links. We have MDN, Mozilla Development Network. And then we'll also have this nice story from Interneting is Hard. They have a nice HTML book. So you can go through those ones, and by next week, I'm sure you'll have like a programming background, or a background in writing HTML. So even if you don't practice, but at least get to understand what's HTML, why do I need it, what's it all about. Yes, that's it. Unless you have any questions.
Good evening once again. I think was it Arena? She was asking about whether. Yes, Mercy. Yes, Mercy.
The network is on and off. So I had lastly.
Okay. Mercy, let me repeat what Yasin had said. Yasin had said that that we're going to start with HTML, and you need some things like some technologies, things like VS Code, Git, and all that. So I think I will share a link with all the details of what you need, and the links to where you can download them. Probably if you have issues, you can still download them for you, then we can share the actual file. So I think Arena was asking about we need a Git and GitHub. Don't worry, I'm going to share a link with you, having all these details, maybe having an expression of what you need. You need Git, what size of Git, you need maybe VS Code, what does VS Code do, Go Chrome, what does Go Chrome do, all that. So I'll share with you some bit of that write-up of what you need and the links you need. And probably also maybe I'll zip the files, maybe for people who are on Windows, and Windows only. People who are on Mac and on Linux, I'm sure you won't find difficulties with installing. But for Windows, we'll try to at least get for you the actual packages. So I think I've answered your questions. For GitHub, I think I'll share some way, like a link, tutorial on how to create a GitHub account. So everything will be clear. Okay, by the end of the day, I'll share some links and some resources for you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Eric. Anyone else with a question? I guess, Arenda, your question was answered. So you need both Git and a GitHub account. Why? GitHub is where you're going to host your projects, and then Git is the tool you're going to use. But no worries, like Eric said, we're going to share this document shortly with all the requirements that you need. I'm waiting for your questions. Anyone with a burning question? Hello? Hello?